if your goal is to become rich, you are lying towards yourself, because that's not even really what you want. And if you don't believe me, watch this video to the end, and I'm going to show you that you don't even want to become rich, but it's something different that you want. It's something different that you are striving for. And it's a thing that a lot of people don't know. And I would even say it's one of the biggest secrets and one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves. So in this video, I'm going to cover also the secret of manifestation. It goes hand in hand in the topic what I'm talking about. So it's a very interesting topic, and it took me around 5 years to realize this. 5 years of working to become rich, to realize this, that this is not even the case. This is not even the real thing we want. So keep your attention span ready and keep yourself focused to watch this video, because I'm going to cover something you probably never heard before. So let's get straight into it. So a lot of us young guys, we want to become rich. We see a vision of ourselves in the future of how it will be when we finally have this money, when we finally drive our dream car, have our dream house, have our dream business, have 1 million in the bank account, make $10,000 a month, a day, all that stuff, right? And you can envision yourself, and you probably did it many times, about how that would be if you would achieve that money, if you would achieve that number in your bank account. But let's go a little bit deeper into this if you're ready. So what do we envision? What do you envision if you envision your dream life? Let's say your goal is to become rich. Envision your dream money, your dream car, your dream house. Maybe you're on a yacht, but what are you really envisioning here? What do you really want? Do you really want to drive this dream car? Is that really what you want? Is it really the act of driving the car, or is it really the feeling that the car will give you? You think that driving this dream car will give you some kind of feeling, right? And you think that having this beautiful outfit or this expensive watch or this nice yacht or this nice house or this million in the bank will give you a feeling, right? So if I ask you right now, do you really want the dream car, or do you really rather want the feeling that you think this dream car is going to give you? Think about that for a second. I can give you a quick example if it's not clear for you. Let's say your dream car is to drive a McLaren. You want to have a white McLaren. Picture it, white McLaren, and you want to drive it through the Italian Alps on a nice summer day. You see it? You see yourself driving this car, or maybe you have another dream car. You know, you can pick as you choose. You're driving this McLaren in this example. And let's say you drive this McLaren, but you feel the exact same as you feel right now. As you feel right now watching this video, okay? Notice how you feel right now, probably how you feel normally. And then you're driving this car, but you still feel the same as you feel right now. Would you want that? Or would you rather envision yourself feeling the feeling that you think you get when you drive the nice car? You feel rich, you feel successful, you feel good. But then you feel this feeling, but you're in the situation you are in right now. So the first example, you drive a McLaren through the Italian Alps, but you feel as you feel right now. Or would you rather get the feeling you think you're going to get when you drive the McLaren, the richness, the success, the good feeling you get, the happiness, but you're in the same situation as you're in right now, right? So you are sitting on the couch or sitting on your bed and you're feeling rich. You're feeling like you have the McLaren, but you don't drive it. I think you would choose for the feeling of richness rather than the McLaren itself. So what we're really after is the feeling of richness, the feeling of success, the feeling of abundance, the feeling of wealth we are ultimately after. But most of the time, we have this feeling of richness confused with the signals of wealth. So what I mean with this, we think that the feeling of richness is the same as the signals of wealth. So when we see a rich person, we think that that's what we're after. We think that we want that, what they have, because they have the signals of wealth. And the signals of wealth is the nice car, the nice house, the nice clothes, and all that stuff. We think, and we are confused that that's what we're after. So we think that we want the signals of wealth. We think we want the nice car. We think we want the nice house. We think we want all that stuff. But the thing that we're really after is the feeling they have. The feeling of abundance, the feeling of wealth, the feeling of success. And that's why so many young guys chase after richness, chase after wealth, because they feel lack. They feel that there's not enough, that they are not enough, that there is not enough in their life. So they strive towards richness to fill this gap of lack inside of them. But this gap of lack is not going to be filled with material success. It's going to be for a little while. When you buy the nice clothes or you drive the nice car, it's gonna fill you for a little while. So an example about myself: I used to be a private driver of a rich guy in the Netherlands. I don't live in a beautiful house or something like that, but I live in a pretty rich village in the Netherlands, and there was one guy, and I was his private driver. So I drove him around in his newest Range Rover 2024 model, or 2023, doesn't really matter. It was a beautiful car, 200,000 euros, new car, and I was driving him. And I was driving, sometimes I could have this car for a week when he was on vacation. So I would drive this car, I would feel like this was my car, and then I was like, in some of these moments, I was driving this nice car. I was still stressed. I was still anxious. I still didn't feel like this guy. And on some moments, I felt like I could completely relax in the fact that this was my car. In that moment, I felt like, okay, now I'm going to feel like this is my car. And I would feel that feeling of having that car, of feeling that abundance, of feeling that richness, of feeling that rich vibration. And then I realized this is what we're after. We're not after the car, like the car can be stolen. It's about the feeling we get. And we link the feeling we get to having the car. But these two are not necessarily linked. It's not necessarily that when you buy the car, then you can have the feeling of richness. You can have the feeling of richness inside without the signals of wealth. You don't have to have the signals of wealth like the car before you can feel rich inside. So the thing that we're after really is a vibration, a feeling of richness, a feeling of security, a feeling of abundance, a feeling of fullness, maybe even a feeling of giving. Go into your vision of what you envision your dream life to be, and what kind of feelings go hand in hand with that. Maybe it's a feeling of providing for your family, of giving back. Maybe it's a feeling of abundance, of being able to buy and do everything you want, Maybe it's a feeling of freedom. You envision yourself that you can book a flight tomorrow to go to Greece for a week and take your wife or your mother or your friends with you. And what is this? This is a feeling. This is a feeling of, let's say you wanna give your mom a new house, let's say. What is this feeling? This is a feeling of providing, a feeling of happiness, a feeling of gratitude, a feeling of abundance, a feeling of strength even, a feeling of masculinity maybe, that you can provide and give back to your family and all that stuff. So it's a feeling we are after. And what if I told you that the secret to manifestation, as Neville Goddard says it, is that we can be in this feeling. We can be and feel the feeling that we desire to feel, and we don't need to achieve the material success or achieve it in the outside world before we can feel it. So we can let ourselves feel rich. We can let ourselves feel the way we're feeling right now before we achieve the thing in the outside world. And that's what we're really after. So we are after a state of living. I would even argue that richness and success is a state of living. It's a state of being. It's a state of relaxing, trusting, feeling abundant, feeling good enough, feeling relaxed, being able to trust in this life, in this wealth, in all this stuff. And it's almost a spiritual practice, you could say, that we can relax and we can let ourselves feel the way we want to feel, and we don't have to have $1 million in the bank to feel that way. And the secret of manifestation that lies into this is that once we live in this state, once we are feeling rich, once we are feeling abundant, once we are feeling at peace and feeling safe, feeling trusting, then we attract more of that into our life. We attract the signals that represents in the world. So let's say you feel at peace and you feel abundant, the opportunities, the realizations, the thoughts, the emotions, the whole being, the whole identity and all that stuff will come into your life. So let's say you are in the state of success. You're in the vibration of success. You feel successful, you feel good, you feel on top of the world, you feel abundant. And then you attract the thoughts. The thoughts is not necessarily a measurable thing, but you attract the thoughts of the person that has this, and you attract the ideas. The ideas will flow into you, the creative ideas, the maybe the business decisions, the The things, let's say, the decisions you need to make flow into your mind. The creative inspiration flows because you're tuned into this state and you're living as a being that is successful. So the successful ideas, the successful insights, the work, everything will match that frequency. So then you will start to attract it in the outside world. So that's very interesting, and I'm practicing that right now. So but without achieving the financial success that comes with it, you are feeling rich. And that's ultimately what we're after. What we're after is a vibration. What we're after is a state of being. It's a state of successful being. I would even say that being successful is not a measurable thing that can be in the future, like, oh, he is successful and he is not. It's a way of living. It's a state of being. You can live successfully. You can feel successful. And that's ultimately what we're after. So we don't need to be, we don't need to have the things in order to feel this way inside. We can feel this way inside, and then we can attract the things. And that's the secret of manifestation. The secret of manifestation, as Neville Goddard says it, is feel rich, feel abundant, feel at peace. And then you'll attract the circumstances and the life situation that goes hand in hand with that feeling. So when you would feel rich and you would relax in this state and you would be grateful for this, then you even attract not the things that go hand in hand with this, but the thoughts that are on the same vibration. So when you feel rich, you'll get the inspiration, the creativity, the innovative ideas that maybe go hand in hand with the richness. You will have the best business decisions, and then you'll easily attract the money, or you'll attract the right opportunities into your life because you are the person and you're living on the vibration of richness. So the world has no choice but to reflect that vibration. And what all manifestation coaches say is first internally, first match the vibration of the desired reality, and you'll attract the desired reality. So I am learning and practicing that right now. So what I would give you with this is, first of all, realize we don't want to be rich. We want to feel rich, and we can let ourselves feel rich without the signals of wealth, without the circumstances of wealth. We can feel it already. Because think about it, when we have the signals of wealth, we can also still feel poor inside. There's a millionaire that doesn't feel rich inside. It feels empty. So it is not about that. We can feel rich from the inside. And how does this process go? It's a process not of force. It is a process of letting ourselves feel rich, letting ourselves receive the feeling of richness and everything that comes with it, letting ourselves receive gratitude for this. It is a receiving thing because it's a positive thing, right? We don't have to be the feeling of rich. We can let ourselves feel rich and realize that it's possible. And then we think, wow, how beautiful is it that we can let ourselves feel this. So it's a receiving motion, it's a relaxing motion, it's a visualization and feeling how that would feel. And then we can attract richness in our life, but that's not even the most important, because we realize that feeling rich is what we're after. So if we can practice and let ourselves feel rich, then we already achieve what we wanted, and then we can attract these beautiful things in our life. So think about what you want, think about the thing you want to achieve, and think about what feeling you want to produce. Let's say, think about the thing you want to achieve, and think about the feeling you think that thing is going to give you, and feel it right now. Practice how that would feel right now. And all the limiting beliefs that come into your mind and the doubts that come into your mind of like, oh, this is not possible, I cannot feel it, or it doesn't work. Those are all thoughts in your mind that is sabotaging you and keeping you in the vibration you are in currently. So don't come to me with the comments of like it doesn't work, and don't come to me with the things like, oh, I tried it but it doesn't work, fuck this method. No, that's doubts in your mind that says that it's not possible, and that keeps you in this vibration. So let yourself be open to this without rejection, without resistance, and let yourself feel rich and give yourself the gift of richness, because it's a pure intention. I always thought striving towards richness was wrong. Striving towards richness was something egotistical and materialistic, but feeling rich is something wonderful. And if you're living in lack right now, of course you want to feel rich. So it's good that we want to become rich, but we don't want to have the misconception that we want to have the material signals of richness, but we want to feel rich, and we can let ourselves feel rich. So practice this, do this, and gift yourself the gift of richness right now, because it's all around you. And that was it for today, and I'll check you in the next one.